I'll admit right here, I wasn't putting enough respect on the Android / Cell Saga in Dragon Ball Z. And after reading it, I gotta put some respect on it. And after reading it, I gotta acknowledge that this could have been the best way to end the franchise, or at least, stop it where it was and kind of just finish up everything that we've kind of built up towards throughout the whole series. What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here. Today we are back with another video, and in today's video we will be going over the Android / Cell Saga of Dragon Ball Z, which consists of chapters 136 to chapters 226. And honestly, seeing that this saga was only 90 chapters, it was kind of surprising, because like I told you guys before in previous videos, I grew up with the anime for Dragon Ball Z, and some things are definitely dragged out. Now, some things are a little bit more epic in the anime, but some things are dragged out. And to see that this whole arc was only 90 chapters, and each chapter is about 13 to 15 pages, I was in there like swimwear, baby. We here to talk about the Cell Saga. We here to talk about some androids. We here to talk about Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, one of the most epic transformations, as well alongside the first Super Saiyan appearance. But before we actually get into the video, you guys already know what to do. If you are new to the channel, you haven't already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and like the video, and follow me on all my other social media platforms. All my links will be in the description down below. So, let's go ahead and talk about these androids, baby. And as usual with these reviews, there will be timestamps in the description down below, labeling where I'm talking about the plot, where I'm talking about the characters and my pros and cons and my final verdict. So if you want to skip to any certain part like that, go ahead, it'll be in the description down below. But let's go ahead and start off with the plot. A teenager comes from the future named Trunks to warn Goku and friends that a group of androids are soon to come and destroy the world like they did his future. Strangely enough, when these androids are activated, Trunks notices something different about this timeline compared to his. There are more androids, and for some strange reason, they are on a killing spree like his future's androids. Dr. Gero, creator of the androids, who wants revenge on Goku for destroying the Red Ribbon Army, has a much sinister plan. Another android is on the loose, creating havoc and becoming more and more powerful by the second. Can our Z warriors destroy this mysterious android named Cell? And honestly, I gotta say that I gotta put a little respect on Toriyama's name when it comes to this plot, because it's definitely different in terms of structure and story writing when it comes to comparing this arc to like the Frieza arc or the Saiyan arc. So I will say that I am glad that we didn't get the same story beats over and over, because a lot of people complain that Dragon Ball Z has the same story beats over and over, but if you actually consume it yourself instead of going off of, other people's opinions, then you will realize it's pretty different in terms of structure with each arc. And with the plot being out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some of the characters. And the one character that we have to touch on first, which is obviously a fan favorite amongst all of you guys, has to be Trunks. A Saiyan from 20 years in the future, he comes back to the past to stop the androids from taking over and deliver Goku medicine for his heart disease that would later kill him. Trunks is also the son of Bulma and Vegeta, and let's be real, he's the drippiest Saiyan to date. We also have Dr. Gero, last surviving member of the Red Ribbon Army. He has turned himself into an android and created 5 others just to exact his revenge on Goku from what he did in Dragon Ball. Let's be real, Dr. Gero is literally the definition of petty. We also have Android 19, the right-hand android that travels with Dr. Gero but is easily defeated by Vegeta. And honestly, this is probably one of the best one-shot kill type things that happens in Dragon Ball Z, especially when Vegeta pulls up. Oh, he was in his bag. You know he was in his bag. Do not cap. Android 17 and 18, 2 androids that were actually human but were cybernetically enhanced against their will by Dr. Gero. Android 16, a fully cybernetic android that travels with Android 17 and 18. And last character we must touch on is Cell, an android made by Dr. Gero that comes from the future to absorb 17 and 18 to achieve his perfect form. His sole purpose in life is to destroy Goku, but later on aims to be the strongest being in the universe, just wanting to terrorize people. And honestly, when I was reading that and I saw that, I just thought to myself, Cell is sick in the head. I will say that I got a new level of respect for Cell compared to when I initially thought like he was just only created to kill Goku and he only wanted to kill Goku, that's it, and destroy everything else. I didn't really feel like there was a purpose to Cell, but after seeing that, he kind of comes to like his own conclusion on what he wants to do. I like that, Toriyama. You did a good job with Cell, Toriyama. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, and I forgot the last character that we have to talk about. Hercule. Let's move on. Dynamite kick. Let me stop playing around too much because I might actually make my neighbors mad at me. Now let's go ahead and actually move on to the pros and cons section of this video right here. And as usual, my pros definitely overweigh my cons. But the first pro that we always have to go with is that Toriyama, when it comes to his art style, his paneling, some of the character designs, it's great. Like, Toriyama knows what he's doing when it comes to creating different characters, unique looking characters, and he knows how to choreograph fights within a manga. I gotta say that Toriyama, that boy be in his bag when he gets to drawing. Yes, sir. Second pro that we have to go with is that this arc feels a bit more grounded compared to the others, seeing as 99% of the events here happen on Earth. Another pro that I have is that I love the return of the Red Ribbon Army, making this world actually feel lived in and how Goku's actions also can have consequences. Fourth pro we have is that the androids are definitely a unique idea and antagonist for the Z Warriors, seeing as they have infinite energy and are insanely strong. Now, we know that at some point they actually get even with the androids, but it's just futile to fight them because their power doesn't really deplete. So to see that actually happen and to see the androids actually whoop up on the Z Warriors so early within the saga, ruthless, ruthless. I love it, Toriyama. Yes, sir. Fifth pro I have is Cell. While he's not the best villain, he does have an interesting design and creation, being an amalgamation of many of the strong warriors we've seen post-time skip. There is no other warrior really like this within Dragon Ball Z. The fact that he has like all the like traits and cells of like other characters like Frieza, some of the Saiyans, and just, you know, having the android capabilities as well. I just thought that as a villain, that was very interesting to take him in that direction. Another pro I have is that many cool power-ups and designs are in this arc. Like, let's go ahead and talk about all the forms of Cell. We also got to talk about Super Vegeta and Super Trunks, and the merging slash transformation, I guess you could say, of Piccolo and Kami, which also created for a great power-up. That was actually established and hinted at in the Frieza arc. I gotta say that these power-ups, the designs, phenomenal. This arc also implements more comedy than the previous arc, with this feeling like the perfect blend for Akira Toriyama's style of action and comedy. One of my gripes, and it's not really a gripe, it's more of a nitpick of like what I feel like was missing from the Frieza saga, was that there was no comedy. But I feel like that actually fits the vibe of the Frieza arc because like there's a lot at stake right here. Like the whole universe is about to, you know, just be taken over by this tyrant that wants immortality. But then again, the whole universe is about to be taken over by Cell too. But I just feel like this is just a perfect blend of like some of the comedy and some of the action that Toriyama has built upon. And the comedy definitely does not overstay its welcome. I'm not saying like the comedy is like all throughout this arc, but it's you know, here and there in the arc. And when it is here and there, I actually do enjoy it. And it reminds me of some of the Dragon Ball comedy that we got previously. Also, another pro that I have to give Toriyama his props on is that Toriyama isn't afraid to drop the power level element, which could have severely held back the show and caused much unneeded info. We've seen it plenty of times of people saying the scouters and the power level reading and all that, it's hindering and it could cause for a lot of confusion later on within the series, especially when it's been established early on. Well, it's like we don't even touch upon that anymore within the Cell Saga. In fact, it's never ever referred to. And it's just funny because a lot of people always say like, oh, Toriyama forgot this and Toriyama forgot that. There's no point of including it if it really has no use, you get what I'm saying? Just like Launch has no use with fighting Cell in the Cell games, the scouters and the power level readings, it really doesn't matter because these characters all can sense their own chi and can suppress their chi, which was a thing that a lot of the characters could not do in the Frieza arc. So Toriyama, you did good on this one as well. Second to last pro I have is that this arc feels different compared to the other arcs because of the more sci-fi elements like time travel and androids coming together to hurt our protagonist. Sounds familiar? Also, and we have the last pro, Hercule. It's peak Toriyama comedy. Hercule has me laughing my butt off every time I see him in a chapter. Oh my God. Hercule is amazing. Now with all my pros out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons. And I do not think that this Cell Saga is the perfect saga. I do have my cons with this saga, but overall, it really doesn't bring down the Cell Saga by a whole bunch. So let's go ahead and talk about the things that I did not like within the saga. First thing I want to talk about is that many things happen in this arc to where they are cool moments at the time, but pan out to not play a big role overall, like transformations. Like, let's really think about Kami and Piccolo merging. Yeah, it's like cool for one fight, but after that, it's really not useful at all. They really don't utilize Piccolo at all after that moment. We also have Trunks becoming Super Trunks essentially and being more powerful than Vegeta, but he doesn't even really fight in that form. Like, you know, Cell clowns him and that's about it. It really has no purpose. Like, yeah, you want to establish that Trunks is stronger than Vegeta, but that form really doesn't do anything. So the fact that you showed us, I get it. Like, you want to establish that Trunks is stronger than Vegeta, but it really didn't do anything for the whole arc itself. We also had the return of Frieza with his father King Cold, but in a mecha form. I did not like this ish at all. I feel like this devalued Frieza a bit as a villain, especially the way Trunks one-shots him. No, this is the next battle right after Goku and Frieza's fight. It just felt cheap for Trunks to really come in here and just take out Frieza like that. Like, I get why, because you want to show another Super Saiyan being able to exist within this universe, I guess. And the fact that he one-shots Frieza, the villain that we was having problems with last arc, and this guy that we don't know, this other Saiyan that we don't know, literally just comes and just one-shots Frieza. I just felt like it devalued what Frieza did in the last arc. Now, the last arc, Frieza, go. But this whole Mecha Frieza and him using enhancements and him being half a robot, I didn't even like it as a design choice itself. I didn't like it. And then they brought up King Cold, which I was assuming, you know, might be a little bit lesser than Frieza himself, or a tad bit stronger, but Trunks one-shots him as well. It's just like wasted concepts / wasted potential right there. And like I said, it devalued Frieza to me. You could have literally left King Cold alive and just kept him for like Super or something. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. And my last con is that Cell is a weaker villain compared to Frieza, with him being created to only want to fight overall. This is part of the simple nature of Akira Toriyama, but overall doesn't pose as a menacing threat outside of his goals like Frieza did. Like, when we got to Frieza, he felt scary. He felt menacing. Like, the characters in that arc were cowering to Frieza. In this arc, they're like, we just gotta train to beat Cell, and we just gotta do our best in doing what we gotta do. And Cell was literally only created to kill Goku, so yeah, like, Cell kills a lot of people, but that doesn't like really strike terror in me, because we all know that we can just bring all those characters back with the Dragon Balls. But that's if, you know, the Z Warriors don't die before that happens. But that's about it for my cons. Honestly, I didn't really have too many. Like I said, overall, I don't think that this saga is perfect, but it's pretty good for what it does. But now it is time to talk about my final verdict. Yes, sir. Overall, this arc is still a great arc for the Dragon Ball series and feels like a great send-off at the end for some characters. There were many new elements I enjoyed, like time traveling, androids, and the passing of the torch for someone else to save the world instead of Goku. This arc isn't without its flaws, but what shonen is it? This arc is the perfect blend of what Toriyama has crafted with the action-heavy content mixed with his comedy style, which was a bit absent from the previous saga itself. After all this, I have to give the Android / Cell Saga an 8.5 out of 10. Alright guys, but that's about it for the video. Let me know what you think about the Cell Saga or the Android Saga, whatever you want to call it. Let me know down in the comment section down below. And let me know what is your favorite arc of Dragon Ball Z and like where this like compares to all the other arcs for you. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel and you haven't already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, post notification bell, like the video. And I got to give a huge shout out, as usual, to my Patreon pledgers for going ahead and financially supporting the channel. Guys, I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me, financially donating on Patreon. And I got to give a huge shout out to the YouTube members for also financially donating on the YouTube side of things as well. Big shout out to Broke Boy Gang, yes sir, because y'all already know they coming through to the videos, liking the videos, supporting the videos, watching the ads so they can help bring your boys money up. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. And also, I don't know if like for the last like saga video review, should I just like compile all my thoughts of Dragon Ball Z, or should I just make a separate video of like my overall general consensus of Dragon Ball Z, and you know, kind of touching on some of the points overall for the series? I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.